let me just tell you a fun story related to the HRO and what's going to happen. Because this is what's going to happen. I have been accused. And who could ever sustain this accusation against me? I've been accused of speaking at length about someone's genitals. That's how they framed it. What I actually said was, Aaron Imholte has a small wiener. And I know this because not only have I unfortunately seen it, but he also texted me about his very specific insecurity about his small wiener. So he actually texted me and talked to me about it. And so I just shared that story at Hackmania last year, that he has a small penis and that he's scared to show it. And that, he once walked up to me while I was standing naked with a couple other naked people. And he was holding with one hand his little guy. He's like covered up. He's like very nervous. And it's like, hey man, what's up? And he's like, I just don't like, I don't like the way this looks. And I'm like, okay, that's strange. I wasn't wanting to talk about this at all. I was just saying, what's up? Like, how are you doing? But he's like, they kind of move on. And then he texts me to talk about it. And I thought that was funny. I thought it was very funny. But since he, texted me and decided that my private life was for the public, I just went ahead and decided like that meant I could share this story. Like he agreed that I could share this story since he told stories that I didn't believe were going to be shared with anybody. So I decided to share this one, which I thought that seems fair. But he told the judge that this was very bad of me, and that talking about his genitalia or whatever on the internet was unacceptable. So that's just the precursor to what's going to happen. Here's the best part. I'm just going to tell Aaron through this if he decides to come watch, I guess. I'm just going to lay out my legal strategy, and I'll just tell the world what I'm going to do because it's correct. And that's the thing. A lot of lawyers want to be clever and they want to hide the ball or whatever. I have no ball to hide, pun intended. I'm going to just put it on the table because it's always bigger. And we just let the world know what's going to happen. So when I get to have my hearing, which would be June 1st or June 5th, I don't remember. It's one of those 2 dates. When I get to have my hearing and I get to testify, I'm going to put on record Aaron talking about his own penis online 6 months before I ever met him. This is June 6th of 2023. Aaron Imholte is having a show as he does multiple times a day at the time with his wife, April. Little did he know that 6 months later, she would be mine. No, sorry, I shouldn't say stuff like that, but it's kind of funny. So he is talking with April online, and he's talking about this study that says that women who orgasm before they go to sleep, they sleep better, which seems pretty obvious, right? But it was done by the Swiss or something, and they do weird stuff. But so he's reading this study. He's talking to his wife, and he's like, "Well, you know about that, right?" She legit says no. No, she doesn't. And I can't think of a worse scenario than you're sitting next to your wife and you're like, "Well, you know about orgasms, right, babe?" And she's like, "No, not really." Oh my God. It was the funniest thing. So then he starts getting really defensive. And she wasn't really trying to say much about it. She was just saying, like, she does an orgasm. Which, I don't know anything about that. I know nothing about this scenario at all. So she's like, no, I just, like, I don't orgasm. And he's like, no. And he's like yelling about how he has a good dick and how it works really well. He's telling her, he's like, no, I have a good penis. I do. I have a good dick. You're out here telling the whole world that I'm bad at sex. She's like, well, not really. I'm just saying I don't orgasm. And he's like, it's the most embarrassing thing. So guess what? When you talk to the judge and say that, like, I somehow overly discussed your penis and your sexual prowess or whatever, 6 months before I ever met this person, they were online talking all about it. They were telling the world that they had an inadequate penis. I mean, he was saying it the opposite way. I think he thought that was funny, maybe. But yeah, he just went ahead and told the whole world all about it. So I'm going to put that on the record, and that'll live forever in a court file. And that's just the first story that I'm going to do. Because if someone's going to be mad about the stories I've told, well, I figured they probably should be on the record. And so, lack of ability to give wife an orgasm will be on record.